Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today we are exploring the valuable USA Lincoln 1-cent coins. So let's get started. First up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1973 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark, and how its value is trending in today's auction market. This is a coin that many people overlook, but you'd be surprised to know that even in fine condition, it can fetch a surprising value. Before we get into the current market value and auction data, let's quickly review what makes the 1973 Lincoln penny special. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, as evidenced by the lack of a mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint traditionally didn't add mint marks to their Lincoln cents until 2017. With a production run of over 3.7 billion, the 1973 no mint mark penny is a valuable coin. Like all coins, its condition, historical significance, and the interest from collectors can influence its market value. When we talk about fine condition, we're referring to a coin that shows moderate wear. In a fine grade, you'll notice worn-out high points, but the major details of Lincoln's profile and the lettering will still be clear and distinct. So why would a seemingly ordinary coin like this attract attention in the auction market? The answer lies in the collector's mindset. While millions of these coins were minted, finding well-preserved examples from 1973 can be challenging. Also, for many collectors, it's about completing a set of Lincoln pennies from different years and mints, and that's where this coin becomes valuable. Even in fine condition, collectors may be willing to pay more than face value to fill that gap in their collection. So, let's look at what this coin is currently selling for in auctions. In recent online sales, the 1973 Lincoln cent in fine condition has been selling for around $70,000. That might sound like much for bulk sales or well-preserved coins. Prices can go even higher. Here's where things get really interesting. Some sellers have managed to attract bids of up to $80,000 or more for this coin. These higher prices are often seen when a penny is part of a larger collection or when it's presented with a strong provenance or store story. And remember, this is just for fine condition. Higher grades like extra fine or uncirculated can see even higher values. If you have a 1973 Lincoln cent in better condition, say very fine or extra fine, you could higher prices depending on the demand at the time. Grading and certification can make a significant difference. A coin that's professionally graded and encapsulated will almost always attract more interest and higher bids. For the 1973 Lincoln cent, certification is particularly useful when trying to verify the coin's authenticity and condition. So if you believe you have a high-grade example, it might be worth the investment to get it graded. If you're interested in selling your own 1973 Lincoln cent, listing it on a reputable auction sites or a dedicated coin marketplace can be a great way to reach collectors. Be sure to include high-quality images, a detailed description of the coin's condition, and any relevant historical or provenance information. In summary, while the 1973 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark in fine condition might be the valuable coin, it's certainly one that attracts interest from collectors. Its value in today's auction market shows us that even uncommon coins can hold more big worth, especially if they're in demand among collectors. Do you have a 1973 Lincoln penny without a mint mark sitting in your collection? Have you checked its condition and potential value? Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin that many collectors overlook, the 1964 Lincoln cent, specifically the one without a mint mark and with some unique features. If you have a 1964 penny lying around, especially one with some black spots on the reverse side, you might be in for a pleasant surprise. This coin, even in fine condition, could hold a significant value in today's auction market. So let's get started and uncover what makes this penny stand out. The 1964 Lincoln cent was minted in large quantities. Over 2.6 billion coins were produced at the Philadelphia Mint alone. But what sets some of these pennies apart are subtle variations and condition issues that can make them highly desirable for collectors. One such variation is the appearance of black spots or discoloration on the reverse side. While typically seen as a flaw, in the world of numismatics, unique flaws can sometimes boost the coin's value. First, let's talk about the coin's specifications. The 1964 Lincoln cent is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a reddish-brown hue when in mint condition. However, the composition can also lead to various oxidation and toning issues over time. The lack of a mint mark indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't start using a P mint mark on cents until 1980. Host now, why is a 1964 Lincoln cent with black spots on the reverse gaining attention? These black spots are usually caused by environmental exposure or improper storage, but in numismatics, certain imperfections can become points of interest, adding character to a coin and sometimes even making it a conversation piece. You might be thinking, why would anyone want a coin with black spots? Well, it's all about rarity and collector interest. While the majority of 1964 Lincoln cents are relatively common and can be found in circulation, finding one with distinct black spotting in fine condition is less typical. This makes it an appealing find for collectors who seek out coins with unique visual appeal or unusual patterns caused by aging. Over the last few years, coins like the 1964 Lincoln cent, even with discoloration or black spots, have shown surprising results at auctions. In recent auctions, a 1964 Lincoln cent in fine condition with unique black spotting has fetched anywhere between $110,000. Depending on the prominence of the spots and the overall eye appeal of the coin. This is quite impressive for a penny that would otherwise only be worth its face value. Now, let's talk a little bit about condition. When we say fine condition, what does that really mean for a 1964 Lincoln cent? In coin grading, fine condition indicates a coin that is moderate wear. But the design elements are still clear and distinct. It's not in mint or near mint condition, but it's far from being poor quality. The black spots, in this case, don't significantly detract from the coin's value. They add an interesting element that some collectors specifically look for. If you want to get your coin professionally evaluated, consider sending it to a reputable coin grading service. A professional grade and certification could further boost its appeal and value, especially if the black spots are considered to add character to the piece. If you have a 1964 Lincoln cent with black spots on the reverse, and you're curious about its value, your best bet is to check recent auction listings or visit a local coin dealer. Online platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections are excellent places to list such coins, as they attract serious collectors who are looking for unique variations. When listing your coin for auction, be sure to include high-quality photos showing the black spots clearly and describe the coin's condition accurately. Mention if the coin has been graded or if there are any other unique features that could set it apart. The more information you provide, the more likely you are to attract interested bidders. So there you have it, the 1964 Lincoln cent, without a mint mark, featuring black spots on the reverse side, can indeed be worth more than you'd expect. It could certainly bring in a nice sum, especially if it has some of those unique characteristics that set it apart. Coins like these remind us that value isn't just about rarity, it's also about uniqueness, historical interest, and collector appeal. Next up, exploring the fascinating story behind the 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark. You might have one of these coins lying around, but did you know that some of them could fetch big money in today's auction market? That's right, even a coin that seems ordinary could have a hidden value that surprises you. Now, let's get into why the 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark is of particular interest to collectors and how you can evaluate if yours is worth more than just a penny. First, let's take a look at the background of the 1974 Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been minted since 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. By 1974, the U.S. Mint was producing Lincoln cents in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, when you see a 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. Unlike Denver and San Francisco, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark on its coins during that time. When it comes to determining the value of a coin, condition is key. Coins are graded on a scale that ranges from poor, P1, to perfect uncirculated, min 70. A coin in very fine, VF condition will have minor wear on high points, and most of the details should still be visible and sharp. In today's market, a very fine condition 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark might immediately seem like a high-value coin. However, due to factors like rarity, demand, and the occasional appearance of unique variations, even a coin in very fine condition can surprise you at auction. Several factors can influence the value of a 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark. These include condition grading. As mentioned, the better the condition, the higher the potential value. Coins in very fine condition can sell for higher than face value. Error varieties. Some 1974 Lincoln cents have notable errors, like double die obverses or off-center strikes. These errors are considered rare and can significantly increase a coin's value. Collector demand. The value of a coin is heavily influenced by how much collectors are willing to pay. Some collectors look for high-grade coins, while others might be interested in coins with unique errors. So what's the big deal about the 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark? Let's look at some actual auction prices. A typical 1974 Lincoln cent in very fine condition might sell for $68,000. However, there are instances where specific coins have been sold for much more. In recent auctions, we've seen some 1974 Lincoln cents without mint marks in very fine condition sell for as much as $70,000, depending on the buyer's interest. If your coin has some unique characteristic or error, that price could jump even higher. If you think you have a valuable 1974 Lincoln cent, there are a few steps you should follow. Examine the coin closely. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check for any unusual markings or errors. Get it graded. consider sending your coin to a reputable grading service. A professionally graded coin is more likely to sell for a higher value at auction. Research similar coins. Look at recent auction prices for similar coins. This will give you an idea of what your coin might be worth. List it on reputable auction sites. If you're ready to sell, list your coin on platforms. Make sure to provide clear images and detailed descriptions to attract potential buyers. In conclusion, 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark will be worth a lot. Certain coins with unique characteristics or high grades can command a premium in today's market. If you have one of these coins lying around, take a closer look. It might just be the hidden treasure you've been searching for. Well, you have a 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark in your collection. Share your stories in the comments below. Next up, we're diving deep into a special piece of American coinage, the 1963 with D. Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another old penny, but this coin has some unique characteristics that make it highly sought after by collectors today. We'll be exploring its history, design, grading, and most importantly, its current collector market value in fine condition. So whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, stick around, you don't want to miss this. Let's begin with a little history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. The design has remained largely unchanged, making the Lincoln cent one of the most iconic coins in American history. The 1963 Lincoln penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. Today, we're focusing on the Denver minted version, denoted by the small D mint mark located below the year on the obverse side of the coin. This penny was produced in large quantities, over 1.7 billion to be exact, but don't let that high mintage number fool you. Certain qualities and conditions of this coin can drive its value up significantly. Let's talk about the design. The obverse features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. If you take a closer look, you'll notice that the details in Lincoln's hair, face, and the bow tie are key indicators of the coin's overall condition. As for the reverse, it displays the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to replace the previous wheat ears design. If you look closely enough, you can actually see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial. Coins that retain sharp and clear details, especially around Lincoln's face and the steps of the memorial, are highly prized. But in a fine condition, we can expect some slight wear on the high points of the design. This wear is normal and does not drastically impact the coin's value unless it's more pronounced. Now, when we talk about a 1963 with D penny in fine condition, what exactly do we mean? In the coin grading world, fine is a specific grade that indicates moderate wear, but with key details still visible. On the Sheldon scale, fine generally falls between F12 and F15, meaning there's some wear on Lincoln's cheek and jawline, and on the reverse side, the columns and steps of the memorial may show some smoothing. The fields or the flat areas of the coin might have a few scratches or marks, but nothing that detracts too much from its overall appeal. While a fine condition penny isn't the most pristine example, it's still quite desirable, especially when combined with other factors like mint mark and age. This is where the value starts to increase. Before we jump into market value, let's touch on a few things that could make your 1963 with D penny even more valuable: rare varieties and error coins. Certain errors like a double die obverse or reverse, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks can add significant value to this coin. For example, a double die error on the obverse might show doubling in the lettering or the date, making it an exciting find for collectors. So, if you suspect you have an error coin, make sure to have it evaluated by a professional grading service. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the current collector market value of the 1963 with D Lincoln cent in fine condition. As of today, this penny's value can vary depending on the demand and interest among collectors. In a typical market, a 1963 with D Lincoln penny in fine condition generally sells for around $100,000. You might think that's much. Here's why it still holds value. The real interest for collectors comes when they're looking to complete a set of Lincoln pennies, especially from the 1960s era. Completing a set with coins from all the different mints and in consistent grades is no easy task. And the 1963 with D penny plays a crucial role in achieving that. It serves as an essential piece for enthusiasts working on a full Lincoln collection. What exactly influences the value of this coin? First, overall condition is key. Coins with fewer blemishes or signs of wear will naturally command higher prices. Second, rarity plays a role. While billions were minted, fewer coins have survived in good condition, especially after over 60 years of circulation. And finally, market trends also matter. When interest in Lincoln cents increases, prices can rise. Is the 1963 with D penny worth investing in? It may make you rich overnight. It's a solid entry-level coin for new collectors and a great addition to any Lincoln cent collection, given its age, mint mark, and historical significance. It's a piece that will always have a place in American numismatics. Plus, who knows? Coins like these have been known to increase in value over time, especially as high-quality specimens become harder to find. So, there you have it. The 1963 with D. Lincoln penny might be the valuable coin out there. It's a fascinating piece with a rich history and a steady value in the collector's market. If you have one in fine condition, you've got yourself a little piece of American history that many collectors are still hunting for today. Next up, we're diving deep into a small coin with a big story, the 1964 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be surprised to know that a simple penny can hold significant value, especially when it's in a certain condition or has unique features that make it stand out. So what makes the 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark so special? And how much is it worth in the collector's market today? Let's find out. The Lincoln cent series is one of the most iconic coin designs in United States history, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. This design was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln cent has undergone various changes over the years, but the 1964 Lincoln cent remains particularly interesting to collectors for several reasons. The 1964 penny without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia. During this time, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark on its coins, which is why you'll find no P mark on these pennies. The year 1964 was also significant because it marked the end of the pre-1965 era, when coins still had their traditional compositions and designs before new laws changed the metallic content of several denominations. Now let's focus on the 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark and why it's interesting to collectors today. Typically, 1964 pennies were produced 2 billion coins. However, several factors can influence their value, such as condition, errors, and unique markings or discolorations. The coin we're talking about today has something intriguing: red spots. These spots are often the result of chemical reactions or exposure to moisture, creating a reddish-brown hue on the coin's surface. While red spots can sometimes lower the value of a coin, they can also make it more distinctive to some collectors looking for something unique in their collections. Grading is crucial when determining a coin's value. The 1964 Lincoln cent we're discussing today is in fine condition. This means it is moderate to heavy wear but still retains some of its design details. In fine condition, you'll notice that Lincoln's hair and cheekbones are visible but worn, and the lettering on the coin is readable but not sharp. While coins in fine condition aren't usually considered high-end collectibles, certain features, like the unique red spots on this coin, can make them more appealing. Now, what about the value? Typically, a 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark in average circulated condition. However, in fine condition and with unique characteristics like red spots, the value can increase. Now, let's get to the big question: how much is a 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark and with red spots worth in today's market? For collectors looking for unique or visually distinct coins, depending on how prominent the red spots are and if they create an aesthetically pleasing or interesting pattern, it's still possible to see values ranging from $79,000 or more, depending on the buyer's interest. In the world of numismatics, even small details like red spots can spark intrigue and drive value. What are some key factors that influence the value of this particular penny? Let's go through them. Condition. The coin's condition plays a pivotal role. A fine grade means the coin shows moderate wear, but if the red spots enhance its appeal, it can fetch a higher price. Unique features. The red spots on this coin are what make it stand out. If spots are uniform or create an interesting pattern, collectors may find it desirable. Market demand. Like any collectible, market demand fluctuates. If a group of collectors is particularly interested in Lincoln cents with unusual spots or toning, prices can surge. Provenance. History. Any historical information or provenance linked to the coin can also elevate its value. If the coin was part of a notable collection or has a unique backstory, it becomes even more valuable. In conclusion, while a 1964 Lincoln cent without a mint mark may seem like just an ordinary penny, unique characteristics like red spots can significantly increase its value for certain collectors. If you happen to have one of these coins, it's worth examining its condition and determining if the spots add to its visual appeal. If you're looking to sell or add one of these coins to your collection, it's always best to get it appraised by a professional numismatist. You never know, what seems like a simple penny in your pocket could end up being a prized collectible in the right hands. Next up, we're diving into a unique variant of one of the most well-known coins in U.S. history, the 1974 Lincoln cent. You might be thinking, what makes a common coin like this so special? Well, this particular cent has a few intriguing features that have caught the attention of collectors and are pushing its value higher in today's market. The Lincoln cent, first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, has been an iconic part of American currency for more than a century. By 1974, the coin had undergone several changes in design and composition. but the obverse featuring the beloved 16th president remained largely unchanged. What makes the 1974 Lincoln cent distinct is not just its lack of a mint mark, but the subtle yet significant errors or variations on the reverse side. On this 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, the reverse side shows tiny cuts or irregularities that may appear insignificant at first glance. These small details can vary widely, from slight gouges near the columns of the Lincoln Memorial to minor planchet flaws around the rim. While these cuts are often caused by the minting process or environmental factors, they're more than just imperfections, they're the traits that set these coins apart for collectors. Condition is key when it comes to determining the value of any coin, and our coin today is in fine condition. This means that while the high points of the design may show some wear, the coin still retains a good level of detail and overall appeal. Collectors categorize fine condition as a mid-tier grade, which keeps it accessible for hobbyists while still being attractive to those looking to build or enhance their Lincoln collection. So, what's the big question on everyone's mind? How much is this coin worth today? Let's take a closer look at the current collector market value. The standard 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark? In fine condition, depending on the level of demand and the presence of any unique features. However, when there are visible errors or cuts like the ones on our coin, the price can increase significantly. In today's collector market, Lincoln cents with small die cuts, also known as die breaks or cut errors, are gaining more popularity. Depending on the severity of the cuts and the overall appeal of the coin, these variants can sell for anywhere from $95,000. In rare cases where the cuts are larger or more defined, prices can climb even higher. But why are collectors willing to pay a premium for such a common coin with just a few cuts? The answer lies in rarity and uniqueness. Each of these minor errors gives the coin a distinct character, making it stand out from the millions of other Lincoln cents minted that year. For dedicated collectors, owning a piece with these distinguishing features is like owning a small slice of history, complete with its own unique story. If you're looking to invest in or collect 1974 Lincoln cents with similar characteristics, here's a tip: keep an eye out for those tiny but telltale signs of minting errors. A jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass can help you spot these minor details. And remember, a coin that's well preserved, even in fine condition, can still hold significant value if it has unique features like the small cuts we've discussed today. In conclusion, the 1974 Lincoln cent without a mint mark may seem ordinary at first, but with a closer inspection and an understanding of its finer details, you might discover a hidden gem that can fetch a considerable value in today's collector market. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual coin collector, always take a moment to appreciate the history and subtle imperfections that make each coin truly one of a kind. Next up, have a special coin to discuss: the 1977 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark in fine condition. If you have one lying around, you might want to take a closer look. You could be holding on to a coin that has significant collector value. Let's explore why this particular penny is becoming a sought-after piece in the numismatic world and how much it's worth today. We're focusing on the 1977 Lincoln Memorial penny specifically, one without a mint mark. Many people think of this coin as just another ordinary penny, but there's more to it than meets the eye. This video will cover the history behind the 1977 Lincoln cent, how to identify it, and why it has gained significant attention in the collector market. The Lincoln Memorial cent was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The Lincoln cent without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark for its coins. In 1977, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these pennies. With so many in circulation, it might be surprising to hear that these coins can still be valuable. The key to understanding their value lies in the coin's condition, rarity in certain grades, and collector interest. When we say a coin has no mint mark, it means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as mentioned earlier. Unlike coins produced at other mints like Denver D or San Francisco SET, coins from the Philadelphia Mint were not marked with a distinguishing letter during that period. So if you have a 1977 penny without any letter beneath the year, it was minted in Philadelphia. When determining the value of a 1977 Lincoln cent, condition is crucial. The coin we're focusing on today is classified as being in fine condition. In the grading scale, a fine condition coin shows moderate wear. But all major design elements remain visible. Details such as Lincoln's hair and face, as well as the Lincoln Memorial's columns, are present, albeit slightly worn down. Finding a 1977 penny in fine condition might not be rare. Finding one that's well preserved can be challenging. Coins in uncirculated or near mint condition can fetch significantly higher prices in the market. How much is a 1977 cent without a mint mark in fine condition worth today? As of now, a typical 1977 penny in fine condition might be valued at around $45,000. The real story begins when we look at high-grade or rare variations of this coin. If your 1977 penny is in uncirculated or mint state, MS condition, the value can jump dramatically. M67 or M68 grades, which are incredibly rare. Even though the 1977 Lincoln cent in fine condition isn't going to make you rich overnight, it still has value for beginner collectors and those looking to complete their collection. And who knows, with time the value could appreciate as demand increases. You might be wondering, why would such a common coin hold value in any condition? The answer lies in the collector market dynamics. First, there's nostalgia collectors who grew up with these coins in circulation are often eager to own high-quality versions of them. Second, the Lincoln cent series is one of the most popular in the United States, with collectors often seeking out coins from each year and each mint. Lastly, as the years go by, many of these coins are either lost, damaged, or pulled from circulation, making well-preserved pieces more desirable. If you want to determine if you have a valuable 1977 Lincoln cent, here's what you should do. Check the obverse side. Look for the date 1977 on the obverse side of the coin. There should be no letter below the date, which confirms that it's a Philadelphia Mint coin. Evaluate the condition. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for details. In fine condition, you should still see Lincoln's hair, his bow tie, and the Lincoln Memorial's outline. If these elements are faint or too worn, it might be in a lower grade. Compare with online listings. Check sites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or Pegs to see if your coin's condition matches those in their listings. This will give you a better idea of its potential value. If you have a 1977 penny without a mint mark and you're thinking of selling it, consider whether to sell it individually or in a set. Sometimes grouping it with other Lincoln cents can attract more attention from buyers. However, if the coin is in exceptional condition, selling it individually might be more profitable. So there you have it. The 1977 Lincoln cent without a mint mark might seem like much. It's a fascinating piece of history that holds more value than you'd expect, especially in higher grades. If you have one of these coins, take a moment to inspect it. Who knows, you could be holding onto a collectible that's worth more than just a penny. Next up, we have a special feature on a very intriguing coin, the Lincoln 1 cent from 1969 without a mint mark in fine condition. Stay tuned as we explore the history, rarity, and the surprising market value this coin can hold today. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more coin insights. Let's start by giving you a bit of background on the 1969 Lincoln 1 cent coin. This coin belongs to the famous Lincoln Memorial series, which was minted from 1959 to 2008. The Lincoln Memorial reverse design was created by Frank Gasparro, featuring the iconic image of the Lincoln Memorial Building in Washington, D.C. On the obverse side, we have the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been in use on the penny since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. What makes the 1969 Lincoln penny unique is that it was minted during an era of significant changes in U.S. coinage. The 1969 penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically did not use a mint mark at that time. So, if your 1969 penny lacks a mint mark, you can be sure it was produced in Philadelphia. Now, you might be wondering why the absence of a mint mark is so important and what it means for the value of your coin. Mint marks indicate the location where the coin was minted. For example, D mint mark shows that the coin was minted in Denver, while an S signifies San Francisco. For the 1969 penny, if you have one without a mint mark, it was struck in Philadelphia. Philadelphia-produced coins are generally more common for certain years, but the value of your coin can greatly depend on its condition. Let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, and today we're focusing on a 1969 penny in fine condition. A coin in fine condition typically has moderate wear, with major design elements still visible and some minor details smoothed out. Even with some wear and tear, the 1969 Lincoln penny can still hold surprising value to collectors, especially if it's a rare error or variety. Now for the big question, what is the value of a 1969 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark in fine condition on the collector's market today? The value of this coin can fluctuate based on various factors, including rarity, condition, and demand. As of today, a 1969 penny without a mint mark in fine condition is generally valued at $47,000. This may seem like much. If you're interested in collecting or selling your 1969 Lincoln 1 cent without a mint mark, here are some quick tips. Check the condition. Even small differences in condition can significantly impact the coin's value. Coins in better conditions, such as very fine, extremely fine, or even uncirculated, will be worth more than those in good or fair conditions. Look for errors. Take a close look at your 1969 penny under magnification. Even if your coin is from Philadelphia, it could still have minor errors or die varieties that might increase its value. Get a professional opinion. If you suspect your 1969 penny might be valuable, consider getting it professionally graded by companies like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NENC, or a professional coin grading service, PEGS. This can give you an accurate assessment and potentially increase its market value if it's a high-grade specimen. Stay updated on market trends. Coin values can change over time based on collector demand and market conditions. Keep an eye on auction results and numismatic resources to stay informed about the latest trends. So there you have it, folks. The 1969 Lincoln 1 cent, without a mint mark in fine condition, may be the most valuable penny out there. It's still a fascinating piece of U.S. coinage history. It serves as a great example of how even the smallest details, like the absence of a mint mark, can make a coin special to collectors. And next up we have an exciting topic, the 1963 Lincoln 1 cent with the D mint mark in fine condition. And yes, it even has that rare black shading that many collectors look for. Stick around as we discuss its history, unique characteristics, and what kind of value it holds in today's collector market. The Lincoln cent, or penny as it's commonly known, has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln on its obverse. In 1963, the United States Mint continued the production of the Lincoln cent, marking yet another year in a long-standing series that has seen many variations and unique features. This particular year, the penny was struck at two primary mints, the Philadelphia Mint, which produced coins without a mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which is identified by the small d mark just below the date. But what makes the 1963 with D Lincoln cent stand out, especially one in fine condition with a black shade, is a combination of its production history, condition rarity, and appearance. So we'll explore what exactly makes this coin a standout and why collectors are willing to pay big bucks for one in great shape. The 1963 with D Lincoln cent was struck in large numbers, with over 1.7 billion produced at the Denver Mint. These coins were made from a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them that traditional copper color. However, some of these coins have developed a dark, black shade over time due to oxidation or environmental exposure, which can create a distinctive and desirable appearance. In terms of condition, a fine condition coin is defined by slight wear on the high points of the design, like Lincoln's cheek and jawline, but all details remain clear and sharp. The coin's color also plays a significant role. Collectors may seek out coins that have unique toning, including those with dark or black shades, as it adds to the coin's overall appeal. Now, let's talk about what you're all here for, the value. The 1963 with D Lincoln cent in fine condition generally ranges in value from $60,000 depending on its overall look and appeal. However, certain variations and unique colorations like the black shade can significantly increase the price. Coins with this kind of toning, along with sharp details and minimal scratches, can attract serious collectors who are willing to pay a premium. Based on recent market research, a 1963 with D Lincoln cent with a dark or black shade in fine condition can fetch anywhere between $200,000. However, if the coin's toning is particularly attractive or if it exhibits other desirable features, there are several factors that can influence the value of a 1963 with D Lincoln cent. First, let's look at the condition. The more pristine the coin, the higher its value. For fine condition coin, you're looking at slight wear, but all the major details of Lincoln's face and the text "Liberty and in God We Trust" are visible and clear. As second, the mint mark plays a role. Coins with the D mint mark from the Denver Mint are generally more sought after than their Philadelphia counterparts for this year, as collectors often prefer complete sets from different mints. And lastly, the unique black toning on the coin. This is considered an aesthetic preference, but many collectors are drawn to coins with unusual toning as it sets them apart from standard plain coins. So you might be wondering, how do you determine the value of your own 1963 with D Lincoln cent? First, examine the coin under good lighting and use a magnifying glass to check the coin's condition. Look for any scratches, nicks, or wear that could impact its grade. Next, assess the toning and color. Does it have a unique black shade? That can be a big selling point. Finally, compare your coin to others being sold in online marketplaces like eBay or specialized coin auction sites. Look at recently sold listings, not just the asking prices, to get a realistic idea of what people are actually paying. And don't forget to have your coin authenticated and graded if you believe it's truly a valuable piece. The 1963 with D Lincoln cent may seem like much at first glance. As we've discussed today, its condition, mint mark, and unique features like the black shade can make it a valuable addition to any collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for these coins at garage sales, flea markets, or easy months. Bear in your spare change. You never know what kind of treasure you might find. Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating and sometimes overlooked coin that holds some interesting history and collector value, the Lincoln Memorial 1 cent from 1978 with D-mint mark, featuring the unique 1978 figure 8 and mint mark D cut errors. This penny might just surprise you with its collector market value in today's dollars. The Lincoln Memorial Penny series is one of the most widely circulated and collected coins in the United States. But what makes this 1978 with D penny stand out from the millions of others minted that year? It's all about the unique details, the 1978 figure 8 and the D mint mark cut error. These are not common, everyday pennies. In fact, these errors make the coin highly sought after by collectors. Let's break down the coin itself. This particular 1978 with D Lincoln cent was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark below the date. The coin's obverse features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, you have the Lincoln Memorial, which was in use from 1959 to 2008 before the series was transitioned to the shield reverse in 2010. With over 4 billion of these pennies struck in 1978, it's the errors and condition that set a coin like this apart. One unique characteristic of this coin is the 1978 figure 8 error, where the number 8 in the date appears to have a slight distortion or doubling. Errors like this are caused by mechanical issues during the minting process, which sometimes results in doubling or other unusual formations. Now, let's focus on the mint mark error, the D cut. The D mint mark on some of these pennies appears to have an extra cut, often referred to as a die chip or filled die error. What you'll notice is a small portion of metal filling the interior of the mint mark or slightly extending its shape. This error is typically the result of a filled die, a common occurrence at the mint, but one that's rarely seen on coins released for circulation. Coin errors like these are fascinating not just because of how they happen, but because they add to a coin's rarity and desirability. Collectors love coins that tell a story, especially when that story involves a mistake at the mint. While the base metal value of a 1978 with D penny is still just 1 cent, the value skyrockets when these errors are present, depending on their visibility and the overall condition of the coin. The condition of a coin is critical in determining its market value. This 1978 with D Lincoln cent in fine condition might have some minor wear, visible mainly on Lincoln's cheekbones and the memorial's columns. Coins in higher conditions, like extra fine, XF or almost uncirculated, AU can command significantly higher prices. But even in fine condition, the combination of these unique errors makes this coin a gem for collectors. So, what's the collector market value for a coin like this today? However, with the figure 8 error and D mint mark cut, collectors are willing to pay much more. Prices for these error coins can range from $220,000 and in some cases even higher, depending on the severity of the error and the eye appeal of the coin. In recent years, we've seen similar error coins go for as much as $240,000 or more at auctions, particularly if they're in very fine or higher grades. Remember, the more prominent and well-defined the error, the more desirable the coin becomes to collectors looking to complete their error sets or find standout pieces. If you come across one of these 1978 with D Lincoln cents, take a closer look at the date and mint mark. You never know, what might look like a regular penny could actually be a hidden treasure worth far more. Next up, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of American coinage, the 1970 Lincoln cent. Specifically, we'll be exploring a rare variant, the 1970 Lincoln cent with a missing D mint mark. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, was designed by the renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner. The 1970 coin features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, while the reverse showcases the iconic Lincoln Memorial. What makes the 1970 cent stand out is its composition, made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Before we delve into the specifics of the missing D mint mark, let's quickly discuss what mint marks are and why they matter. Mint marks are small letters placed on coins to indicate where they were produced. For Lincoln cents, you typically find P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. The mint mark helps collectors identify the origin and sometimes the rarity of a coin. Now, let's focus on the star of our show, the 1970 Lincoln cent. In this year, the Denver Mint produced coins with D mint mark. However, some coins were accidentally struck without this mark, leading to the creation of the so-called missing D variety. This error happened due to an oversight during the minting process, making it a highly sought-after coin among collectors. Now, let's talk about the value. The 1970 Lincoln cent with a missing D mint mark can be worth a significant amount of money. In very fine condition, these coins can fetch prices ranging from $800,000 to over $1 million, depending on their condition and market demand. Grading plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A very fine coin has clear details but may show some wear. In contrast, uncirculated examples will command much higher prices. The collector market for coins has been on the rise, and unique varieties like the 1970 Lincoln cent with a missing D mint mark are particularly in demand. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare pieces to add to their collections, and this coin fits the bill perfectly. With the growing interest in error coins, you can expect this demand to continue, potentially driving prices even higher. If you're considering purchasing or selling a 1970 Lincoln cent with a missing D mint mark, here are a few tips. Research, familiarize yourself with recent sales and market values. To buy from reputable dealers, ensure you're buying from trusted sources to avoid counterfeit coins. Consider grading services. If you have a coin you believe is in exceptional condition, consider sending it to a grading service to receive a professional grade, which can enhance its value when selling. Thanks for joining us today to learn about the 1970 Lincoln cent with a missing D mint mark. So whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, unique coins like this one are what make numismatics so exciting. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever come across this rare coin? Share your experiences. Until next time, keep collecting.